כדי סרטון חדש, והיום אני אשחק במוד של אינקרדיבוקס. יש יוטיוברים שיחקו בזה, אבל אני לא אכלתי בסרטון, רק קראתי את השם. אוקיי, מה זה? לא, ברו. מי זאת? מה? וואט? מה לה לסיגמה? טוב. אוקיי. ברו. וואט הסיגמה? מה האפור הזה והתכלת הם באותו ככה, באותו זמן, ככה. מה זה מגניב יש כאלה? טוב. מה? מה? וואט? הוא נראה טוב. טוב, רגע, מה? מה? וואט? הוא מדבר? רגע. הוא כבר היה. נשים אותו. רגע, מה זה עושה? רגע, מה? רגע, לא שמעתי טוב. אוקיי. רגע, מה? אוקיי. מה הוא עושה? רגע, לא. למה זה נשמע מפחיד? רגע, מה זה? נו. אני לא שומע אותו פה. מה זה? מה? וואט? לא רוצה אותו. מה זה? וואט? למה זה? מה? לא רוצה. וואט? מה? כולם שונים? וואט הסיגמה? מה? מה זה? לא רוצה איתה מפחידה. מה? וואט? מפחיד. הוא נראה רגיל. בוא. עכשיו אני עכשיו בחושך. נו. לא רוצה. די, הוא מפחיד אותי. טוב, נשים אותו. מה היא? רגע, שזה לור. זה היה טוב. רגיל. מה? רגע. נו. אני שלוחצים פה זה פשוט נראים שכוחים ככה. הוא נראה רגיל אבל מה הוא עצוב. אני לא השתמשתי בו ברע אחר. רגע. בא לי אותה להחזיר. רגע. הם היחידים ששרדו? לא. בטוח לא, את זה כבר ראינו. רגע. מה? לא. לא. נראה לי הוא שרד. אבל לא יודע אם זה רגיל ככה שהוא ככה. בואו, מפחיד אותי. נכון. מה? לא רוצה. לא רוצה את זה. מה? יש רק דם. זה ראינו כבר. לא. הוא נראה רגיל. רגע, יש לזה לור? וויקי. קרקטרס, אוקיי. יש פה את השמות שלהם. אוקיי, אורן, קלאקר, פאנבוט, רדי, וינריה, גריי, ברד, גרנולד, סקאי, מיסטר סאן, דרפל, מיסטר טרי, סיימן, טאנר, ונדה, ג'ווין, פינקי ובלק. בוא לראות אותו. ג'ווין, פינקי, ונדה, מיסטר פוטנר, טאנר, סיימן, מיסטר טרי, דרפל, מיסטר סאן, סקאי, מה? איך אומרים את זה? גרנולד, ברד, גריי, וינר, רדי, פאנבוט, קלוקר, אורן, איך אומרים את זה? מה? סטאפס? מה זה? מה? רגע. לא, לא. ווייט. מה? ילו. אוקיי. אז אני אראה את זה. אז זה הפך לסרטון של ריאקשן.
Use the skins clothes maker for Roblox. It's a free app that helps you create your own unique Roblox skins with hundreds.
You see, I played Incredible Sprank the other day, and before I knew what was happening, I discovered a whole fandom around these Spranky antics. So today we'll look at the characters to understand what lies beneath the surface, what backstories they have, and who killed whom in this strange universe of Sprank. So this is the site we'll be using today, Incredible Sprank Wiki. I can't believe I'm exposing myself to all this madness, but it's going to be fun. The first character we're starting with is Bit, an orange boy. So it turns out his name isn't Orange, it's Oren. This guy is basically just a space alien, but he's a DJ. Oren is a DJ with a smug expression on his face, but he still looks pretty cute. We also have lore that Oren and Simon, the yellow guy, aren't related, but are good friends, very cute. It's also confirmed that Oren and Pink are dating. Oh, I don't know what to think about that fact, but for now we'll approve of it. Also, Oren skateboards despite having no legs. I don't know how he does it, but in his horror form, it's suggested that his eyelids were likely ripped off. Blood. Oren is just a DJ chilling, now without eyes. It could be worse, but I like this guy. Louis also likes him, so we can be sure of that. Thanks for your participation. Let's move on. The next character is Reddy. In his normal form, he's just a soft boy with horns on his head, but in his horror form, his face and eyes seem to be ripped off. Apparently, Reddy with his spikes is a reference to a show called Oddbods, to a character named Fuse, and this guy kind of resembles him. Okay, there's a resemblance. Good for you, Reddy? So this character is called Silver, but he's essentially just a symbol on his head. The top of his head is missing because the S, symbol, kept hitting it until it disappeared. That's not great. This guy is known for creating Fanbot and Mr. Fan Computer alongside Harold, who I suppose is a super robot. It's a shame he doesn't have a face now. In the comments, it's mentioned that this is not cool. Fod is just a robot, and in his old version, he's simply a sad robot. He was created by Gold and Silver, and it's also confirmed that Fod is one of the survivors in horror mode, along with Gray, Wendy, Pink, Evo, and Brad. We'll discuss this more because characters start dying, which isn't good, but it's interesting. This character is called Veneria, and she's just a flower.
Veneria.
But in her horror form, the vines on her head have rotted, and they no longer bloom, while her eyes have disappeared. It's confirmed that in her horror form, a plant grew inside her, which sounds like a scene from Final Destination. Also, she doesn't have real hair. It's a wig that can photosynthesize. Her hair can grow because it's plant hair, which is pretty cool. So, this character's name isn't Ryded, it's Veneria, and she's just a flower. But in her horror version, you can see that the vines on her head have rotted and no longer bloom. Her eyes literally burst, and they are no more. It's confirmed that in her horror form, a plant grew inside her, which sounds like a scene from Final Destination. She doesn't actually have hair. It's a wig that can
כבר
photosynthesize.
אמר את זה, לא?
Oh, so her hair can grow because it's plant hair. That's definitely a pretty broken, powerful skill. Veneria never does gardening, which, to be honest, isn't surprising. Her design in the horror version is based on a scene or a character named Nothing from Happy Tree Friends. Now, kids, if you haven't watched Happy Tree Friends, don't do it. I watched it when, honestly, I won't lie. There's no real difference between the regular and horror versions of this character. It's said that he has no signs of damage, and that's always good. This guy just seems a bit tired, I think. It's confirmed that Gray and Wendy are not related. The next guy is Brad, a person with a bucket on his head, and underneath the bucket, he actually has a spike on top of his head. That's a bit crazy. I can't imagine what one could do with such a spike. In his horror version, part of his head was bitten off by Simon, which is quite interesting.
מה?
As is the fact that his torso is also missing.
סיימן
He
נשך אותו.
maintains a satisfied expression on his face. Oh, this guy is called Garnold, and he and Fott had the same visor. If you remove the visor from the vector, he has a normal face and eyes underneath, which means he's not a robot. But honestly, he's a pretty boring character. Let's move on. This character is Owak CX. In his horror version, his mouth kind of protrudes outward. It looks disgusting. But in the regular version, he's cute, and I hope nothing bad ever happens to him. Apparently, his design is inspired by the character Nothing from Happy Tree Friends. Oh no, don't remind me. All these flashbacks and sleepless nights. It's sky blue. In his horror version, he's pierced by several metal rods, 4 to be exact. And it's safe to say he's no longer alive. It's sad, but it's time to pay respect in the chat for Sky Blue. This guy also collects TBR, but why do I need to know that? His horror version is inspired by the character Tuss from Happy Tree Friends. But if you decide to watch it, be careful. It's a sight at your own risk. Next up, we have the character Deppel. He's purple. In his normal version, he's just a guy with purple skin and horns. In his horror version, he's the same, but with PTSD, and that's no longer as fun. It turns out he's not a devil. He's a dragon. It's confirmed that Red and Derpel are not related. Derpel plays the trumpet, and he has very elastic skin. He's kind of goat-like, but his design raises questions, especially with those horns. It gets a little strange, some kind of hybrid between a dragon and Spyro. The next character is Mr. Tree. In his normal form, he's just a cartoon tree with leaves, but in his horror form, he's a darker version with a gray tint and someone's missing portrait. Some believe that the missing girl in the poster might be one of the female characters from the game. Mr. Tree is over 50 years old, and he's the tallest character in the game, which is no surprise since he's a tree. But that poster, they definitely ruined the appearance of that girl. That's just disrespectful, especially if she was used without consent. Now Simon. In his normal version, he's just a chill guy, but in his horror version, he's creepy with a giant, terrifying smile and no eyes. But at least he brushes his teeth. It's confirmed that Simon and Oran are not related, but are good friends. He's the one who bit Burr the bucket. For that, he deserves respect. People think he's one of the main characters of the show, and that makes sense. Although, to be honest, he scares me. Pinky, I agree. The scariest, horrifying image in the game. I agree. I almost lost my mind. I really lost my head, bro. It's very scary. This is absolutely cursed. You're there eating the bucket's face. Let's move on to the next guy. Tuner is the name of this guy. He's just chilling. The first guy has a brown hat, which is pretty cool, but in the second version, there's a bullet mark on his hat and blood is coming from the wound. So, I think he's dead. He might be one of the survivors in the story since he only has a small injury. Brown could also fit into that category since half of his head is missing. Funbot might also be one of the survivors, although I'm not sure how. He used to have colorful hats, but he threw them away because he fell into depression. Tuner owns a gun. He has a hole in his head. Someone shot Tuner. Who shot Tuner? Think for yourself. Although he's over 18 years old, Mr. Fun Computer still looks and acts like a child. This means he was built in 1977 and operated until 2006. Mr. Fun Computer is the smallest character in the game, not counting his desk as a body. In that case, Mr. Sleep is the smallest. Mr. Sleep is also a son. He must be like Gil, my boy. But hey, don't do that. So, we have some interesting facts about this guy. I didn't like him before, but now I do. Wenda is the name of this white one. Mr. Wenda is a cat. He's resting. She's fine. The cat is fine. In the dark version, we see that Wenda has blood on her face, and she has a very psychotic smile, with her pupils seeming to have seen the end of a tunnel. It's confirmed that Wenda and GR are not related, although we already knew that. It's also confirmed that Wenda wasn't the one who hit BR in the horror version, because it was the yellow guy with M. If you keep her muted for a long time and then unmute, a glitch happens. Well, I have everything on this. Write your guesses in the comments. I will be interested to read, and also do not forget to put lashes and subscribe to
Okay, bye.